All right, I'm hoping this feed is a lot better than that's my computer screen that's red. Let me change that here. I do that too because I do a lot of work on my computer, so I do that to change out the color. Look who's here. Look at there. Y'all, I'm working on something on my computer. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. They give me the blue light. Okay. What y'all not about to do? What y'all not about to do? All right, now listen. Now y'all see y'all could do that if I was like, you know, if I was a die-hard phone fan, but I'm not. See, I just got converted this last week. See, I can't even get converted good for y'all start stoning me and talking bad about me. My God. Now everybody think I'm a Mac head. My goodness. I tell you, you know, you see, I'm not going there with y'all. You know, you get one deck and think you're an Oracle card reader. You get one iPhone, people start coming for you like you're a lifelong Mac head. Don't play with me. Don't play with me and them die phones. But no, the die phone's been it's funny because my godson called me today. He said, how you liking it? And I said, it's definitely a learning curve. It's got a better camera. I think everybody knows that. I think even Android users would admit the iPhone has a traditionally better camera, better quality camera. I hate this. It's got a bad clipboard. I'm not used to that. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. It's working on me. It's working on me. So pray for your brother. It's working on me. I'm trying to get this die phone to come back to life. But anyway, how are y'all? Y'all have been greatly. I don't know if y'all missed me. I don't know, the hell with Doc. You know, the hell with him. But I missed y'all. Okay, I know it may not look like it. You miss it. You don't show us no love, Doc. You don't slip in the midnight hour through the bed sheets. I know. I'm sorry, but up working late at night, child. But I miss y'all. I love y'all. Let me tell you, every time, honest to God, either I forget it's Tuesday, or when I remember it's Tuesday, it's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, what's up? Now they're going back to the lab. I get it again next week or whatever. But there's so much that's been going on. Right, it's so much that's been going on, and I don't even know where to start. Because how long have I been off? It feels like forever. It's probably been like 3 weeks or whatever, but it feels like it's been forever. To help you feel better, okay. I haven't been on in Hoodoo Bible study either, so don't feel completely bad. I hadn't just been isolating YouTube. Y'all haven't been on punishment. There's been a lot going on. So, we had we got apprenticeships going on. We still got 3 slots to be filled, if they're going to be filled. I'm not here trying to fill slots or whatever, but we got, let's just say, 3 openings available up until the 1st of August is going to be the cutoff date. The 1st of August. So if you've been wondering if you got your money together, you got a little lump sum that came on through, you've been wanting to learn hands-on, one-on-one in-depth, then definitely make the investment. If you know anything about me in any capacity on any of my shows, any of my lives, my teachings, whatever, Doc is going to give you much more than what you paid for. It's the Taurus motto, buy more for less and sell less for more. And that's just how we operate. So you're going to definitely get, I had one lady tell me, I had to find the email. She said, I got my money back the first week we did a class. She said, I learned so much, you know, I'm not gonna call them names. Somebody else told me they had 8 and 9 pages of notes from their first class. We won't call no names. We won't wink in anybody's direction. We won't point no elbows at nobody, you know. But I love my summa cum laudes and my adepts. They make teaching very easy. So we've been having fun doing that. Definitely look forward to Wednesday. And actually, I'm here at the cafe clearing my head because when I get home and I'm in the lab, I'm thinking about, okay, I got to do this mojo back. I got to get, you know, work on this altar. I got to get this client together. If I go to the office, thinking about, okay, I got to get this order out. I got to, you know, refund this payment. Or I got to send out this invoice or whatever. I got to update this video, edit that. So like, okay, you know, I had to get out of that so I could get ready for tomorrow. Just to let you guys know, you know, yeah, this is that's the content that I am condensing down for tomorrow's class. So yeah. So it's a lot. I'll be burning that midnight oil for sure. But anyway, what else is going on? Can I talk about that yet? I can't talk about that yet. But if you're in HBS, if you're in the Hoodoo Bible Study Group, if you're not in there, I don't know where the hell you've been living at. I don't know. But you need to be in there. All right, Hoodoo Bible Study on Facebook. That's the place to be if you want to know about Conjure and biblical Conjure. It's the place to go. We are working on a new program. It's going to happen once a month. I think it's going to debut either at the end of this month or at the end of August. But I mean, we ain't got that many ends, so it would have to be the end of August because this is the last Thursday of the month anyway. The end of August. Another thing to let you guys know, there will not be a webinar. You know, normally I do webinars every other month as I've been able to manage them. What happened was I was going to have a guest come on to do this webinar with me, and they agreed to do it, and then they became kind of MIA. They kind of became, you know, life happens, so I get that. I don't, you know, fault them or whatever. We're probably going to have to reschedule with them. I have to go on to another webinar and come back around to them later. So there will not be a webinar. Obviously, it has not been one for July. And if there is one for August, it'll be late August. Okay, but I'll definitely keep you guys up to date. I try to let you guys know at least 3 to 4 weeks in advance. You guys can get your admission fees or whatever, and buy your tickets for that. Wow. Oh my God. I'm looking at this calendar. Where has the year gone? My God, August is knocking on, banging the damn door down. Where did the year go? That's so crazy. I still literally remember giving New Year prophecies. Wow. It's already August. It just dawned on me looking at this calendar. It's already August. Just about. I am thinking I got time to do this, time to do that. Okay, well, pray for your brother. You know, we always got something. It's always something cooking. Always something cooking. There's always something cooking. So I want to talk about 2 things tonight. I want to engage you guys in a conversation about psychic projections. And I want to engage you guys in a conversation about soothsayers and prophets that peep and mutter. Peeping and muttering prophets. So, how are you guys doing? Let me know how y'all have been before I get into my rant and my raving. If you're new on my channel, God bless you forever. We all hold you in the light of God that never, ever, ever fails. It perpetually sustains and upholds you. Let us know what your name is, where you're from, what your zodiacal sign is. Find your tribe. Except for the Virgos, we not have no. If you're a Virgo, leave. Just you're not even allowed on this scope. On this broadcast. Catch us next Tuesday. This is a no Virgo. No, I'm joking. If you're Virgos on here, we love Virgo. Y'all come on in. I'm just poking fun. I'm just poking fun. Hey, Danny. Who is that? Somebody else is saying, hey, let's see here. Who's in here? Imagine's in here. Hey, Oya. Crazy, sexy, cool Jackson. All right, how you doing? Donna, what's going on? Goddess of Money, good to see you. Danny, always good to see you as well. Always good to see you guys. Well, you leave for 3 weeks, people think you just died. They just, oh, he's back home, we won't watch him. There's a time where I'll get on, people coming in the droves, and I go, I see how it is. It's this hookup culture. It's just ruined my whole generation, Anyway. That reminds me. Projections, psychic projections. Let me talk about this. If you took my protection webinar, Guard 2019, or if you took curses, my cursing webinar, last November, I talked about this a little bit in one and a little bit in the other, not really bringing the two together. So I'll do that here. Psychic projections. So psychic projections, let me give you an answer to a parable. Someone close to me had undergone a medical emergency. And one of the things that happened was there was an obstruction in the blood vessel. It's causing all kinds of issues. They rushed them in and did all these kinds of tests, and they actually had to, it's some type of test where what they do is they kind of like dye your blood a certain color, and it's not really dyeing it, but they send a solution through your bloodstream so that it will show up on the monitor, right? Almost like thermal imaging kind of situation. They can actually see, your whole cardiovascular system and pinpoint where the blockage is. They did that, and they find out where it was. They took them in for surgery. And outside of the initial shock of all of this happening, almost minute by minute, very, very, not a lot of response time. They had peace. They were holding their faith, all of that good stuff. Again, they had the initial shock, as we all do as human beings, but they held their conviction. They held their resolve. So when they went to do after they were on the operating table, before they made an incision, they went to check again, just to confirm everything all across the board, and find out that within that small window of time where there was a blockage, that it caused a medical issue, and them getting to surgery, the blockage was gone. It had vanished. And these kind of stories are not uncommon. I'm sure either you or somebody you know has undergone these kind of medical miracles per se, right? They go in, the obstruction is gone. They go in, the tumor is not there. They go in, and whatever they saw at one point in time, shortly thereafter, is no longer there, right? And it just baffles doctors. You would think at this point they'd be used to this by now. My God, there's so much medical history behind this. Everybody's baffled, and they're checking their notes and, scratching this off. Let's run another test again. And everybody is, praising it as a miracle. And in fact, it is, right? It's a miracle. But can I submit to you, I wouldn't say an alternative view, but maybe a complementary perspective, all right? Obviously, you going in, because you probably already had, if this was you or somebody you knew, they were having, physical, real, tangible responses in their body to suggest that there was, in fact, this issue, this cyst, this cancer, this tumor, this blockage, this whatever, Right? When they go in for it to be opened up, it's not there anymore. So in that regard, yes, it was miraculous, right? The pain was gone, the aching was gone, whatever was causing those symptoms had dissolved, if you will. But can I submit to you that in the hubbub and in the the flabbergasting of the miracle, maybe, see, a miracle implies, suggests, assumes that the thing that caused the medical issue to begin with was in fact there. It was legitimately there in the 3D. And then miraculously, it was not. But can I suggest to you that maybe what was encountered was never actually there to begin with? Interstage left psychic projections. There is a technology, there is a science, an occult science where an individual practitioner can project a reality and cause it to be overlaid over your reality. It cannot influence it, it cannot intervene in it, it cannot intercept it, but it can run so parallel to it, all right, that you'll go in, to the doctor, and the equipment, the electromagnetic equipment most often, which is the easiest thing to manipulate magically, Jesus. Okay. They're gonna say that what happened was there was a projection, right? There was one of the first things I learned from my mentor was about illusion, right? When it comes to curses, for example, oftentimes an illusion is projected at that person, all right, at that person's mind, all right, the target. And what happens is that illusion, that false reality, will begin to knock at the door of their consciousness, begin to knock at the door of their mind, all right? And what happens is we don't ignore it. So we go to the door of our minds and we open up the door to see what it is. And before we know it, we've allowed a curse entrance into our life. The scripture says very plainly that a curse without a cause cannot alight. It cannot stay, it cannot stick. All right. So a projection is given. All right. Now, what are some symptoms of you being the victim of a malicious psychic projection? All right. The scriptures call them night terrors or fear. Remember, fear is not real. Fear is not real. All right. Danger is real. All right. Your body is built, all things being equal, to respond to danger. You get your hair standing on end, the butterfly thing in your stomach, you begin to sweat, your heart pressure goes up. Your physiology is designed to deal with danger, because danger is a real world issue, warning to your physiology, hey, we need to get out of here, or fight, flight, whatever. All right. But fear is different. Fear is not danger. Danger is real. Fear is not. Fear is not danger. Fear is the anticipation of danger. It's something very, very different. Very, very different. Very different. And so fear affects the mind. So one symptom of malicious psychic projections is what we call night terrors or fear, right? Panic attacks, anxiety. Particularly, this is not your norm. It's not your norm, right? Just dips in depression, highs those. You feel that your life is like altering in front of your eyes. You feel like you're living in a what we're looking for, in a cloud, right? You're losing touch with reality because your mind is being not necessarily tampered with, but it's being tempted, right? There's somebody knocking at the door of your mind. All right, saying, hey, let me in. Hey, let me in. Hey, let me in. And so what begins to happen is you begin to internalize that. You open up that door, and when you believe it, hear me very carefully. I'm not saying a person can't curse you without you believing it. So I'm talking about something very specific here. So don't take my words and twist them. I'm talking about a very specific occasion here. I'm talking about psychic projections. That many curses begin as a psychic projection. All right. That's often why those are the hardest to remove. All right, because we can kill the rooster, we can wash you down, we can cast out all that kind of stuff. But if the seed of that thing is in your mind, that's a much deeper process. All right, it's a much deeper process. It's one thing to have it tied to the elements, another thing to have it tied to an animal sacrifice, another thing to have it tied to a spirit. But when it's tied to you, when it's tied to your mind, when your own mind is the engine behind the curse, we call this, or I should say I call this, I can't see anybody else, I call this, my team calls this, us, we call this the unbreakable curse. The unbreakable curse. All right, and I tell anybody, I've said on my Periscope before, and I'll say it here if I haven't said it here. I've said it in my classes before. If you have the unbreakable curse, I'll be the first to tell you, don't come to me. See, I'm telling you what I tell my students in private, what I tell the workers that are emerging in private. Whether you are a spiritualist, whether you are in any kind of professional field, whether you consult with people, if you are a life coach, you know what I'm talking about. Those chronic clients. All right, that no matter what you tell them, because they have an unbreakable curse, all right, no matter what you tell them, there's always an excuse as to why the solution cannot be executed. Think of it. Whatever, whether you are a CSR rep, you see it. Whether you are a life coach, you see it. If you are a parent, you see it. If you're in any type of professional field where you give counsel to people, you see it. All right, you tell them, okay, this is the problem. Well, this is how you're going to solve it. They're going to say, well, I can't do that because. Okay, we'll do this. Well, I can't do that because. Okay, we'll do that. And it becomes this endless cycle, this endless loop of why they cannot solve this problem, why they cannot get free. That's what I tell people all the time. When you perceive that, drop everything and leave. I'm telling you what I know from wisdom. Don't do it. Don't get yourself caught up in that. All right? If you are an emerging worker out here, if you're an emerging reader out here, listen to what I'm telling you. All right, there's this misunderstanding that experience is the best teacher, and yeah, it is, but it don't got to be your teacher. That's what people are dumb. Oh, I gotta learn for myself. You fool. You a fool. You're an outright fool. Experience is the best teacher, but it don't have to be your teacher. If it already taught somebody else, but you gotta go learn from experience. You can learn from the person who experienced that themselves. Let me tell you what I know. Tell you what I know. They're gonna call you. They're gonna boost your head up. We call it gas. They're gonna gas your head up. Oh, I heard you was the best in your field. You was the best barber around. I went to so and so, and they cut me up bad. I went to such and such, and she couldn't do nothing for me. I went to so and so, and all kind of craziness. All right. But I'm coming to you. I know you're the best beautician in town. I went to them down the road. I travel states. I travel countries. The people over there, they're no good. They turn my lace front to a lace back. People over here could snatch edges to save their life. It's always a problem. But you're the one. You're their savior. So he's oh yeah, well yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Come on, sit in my chair. You done took the bait. Particularly if they want to go into, y'all don't get me started. Particularly if they want to get into calling people by their name, they want to give you long, unwarranted about what they went through, that other worker, that other reader, that other whatever. These are lures, people. These are lures. Don't bite the bait. All right. So then what they're gonna do is, they're gonna boost your head up. I know only the best would do. Only the best would do. Okay. See what they're setting you up to let you know there's something chronic. See what they want you to hear. What they want you to hear is your ego. They want you to hear, oh, you're the best. Oh, you got it. You know, you're supreme. You're the sorcerer supreme. You're Doctor Strange. You know, you're the head supreme. So that's what they want you to hear. All right. But what they aren't saying is, I am the chronic denominator. I'm the chronic denominator. It's not the fact that that they couldn't take my problem away, but the fact is I wouldn't let my problem go. See, that's what they're not saying. So here you come, Johnny come lately, or Susan come early, and you follow them up. But what you don't realize is this: they have already determined in their mind that you cannot help them. You are going to be just another name on the list when they go to another worker or another beautician or another doctor or another whatever your profession is. Come on, people. Am I talking right? I know I'm not crazy. I mean, okay, that's not the right statement. You know what I'm talking about, okay? I know I'm not talking amiss is what I'm trying to say. Crazy is relative, all right? It doesn't matter what field you're in. It's a CSR rep. How many of y'all CSR reps? People say, I done called 5 times. You my 5th call today. That should say something right there. Okay, let me go and transfer. See, that'll be me. I did CSR. That's my first thing. People say, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer you. I was that CSR. When you call, you get a transfer. That was me. I was that guy. You done call 5 times. Because at this point, you've already determined that you're not gonna get a resolution. You're not even the mindset to hear a resolve. You're gonna nitpick. You're going to criticize, you are going to micromanage, you are going to fabricate all kinds of other minute issues. You will not leave whole. This is why when that master mystic would go to people, he would say to them, wilt thou be made whole? Will you be made? Do you want to be made well? That's the question. Sometimes we can be, this is one reason why people become bound and stay bound. Because some people, you have to let them stay bound. I'm just telling you the truth. You have to let them stay bound. I'm being very transparent tonight because some of you need to hear this. When they begin to identify with their condition, when they begin to use the word I alongside, or I am alongside with their condition, all right, when they come alongside with their condition. So what happens is when you begin, you can't touch the condition, you can't touch the issue, you can't touch the trauma, you can't touch the hurt, you can't touch the pain, because if you do anything to that, they perceive it being done to them individually as a person. All right, so they identify as the cripple, as the cursed one, as the black sheep, as the dumb, as the failure, as the whatever. So whenever you try to correct that issue, because they have married their identity with their condition, you move them both. All right? And so when you come to kill the issue, they feel that you come to kill them. They will fight tooth and nail. They'll cut and fuss and scrape and scratch and fight you. You say, hey man, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. So, right. So, this is the unbreakable curse because they have received and they believe that. They believe that. So you have to challenge them. And what will happen is they will go and they will find people. People can come to you and you know they're not cursed. Your reading shows that. The spirits told you they're not cursed. They're this or they're that or whatever. They might not be under any kind of cross conditions. It just could be life. But because they've married that mindset, they will leave you, so you don't know what you're talking about, and go find somebody who's going to gouge them for thousands of dollars to rip them off, and guess they're going to leave there still not well. It becomes a perpetual cycle. That's why it's called an unbreakable curse. It's a loop back. It feeds into itself, and the root of that thing is a psychic projection. The reason why when they opened them up, the reason why when the doctors went in for surgery, they could not find it because it was not there to begin with. It was not there to begin with. What you had was an ethereal, if we're going to use New Age terms, an ethereal projection, right? In the New Age terminology, you've got the different levels of reality, all right? You've got the actual physical form, the material, the terra firma, the earth, the physical things. Then right above that, I mean, almost parallel to, is what we call the etheric body. The etheric body is the invisible, it is the energetic blueprint for the physical form. So, above that, you got the astral body, and so on and so on and so forth. Psychically, you can project something into the ethereal dimension that may, to the senses, it may feel like it's there, it may smell like it's there, it may look like it's there, it may even feel like it's there, but in actual reality, it doesn't exist. And so when the spell is broken, when the projection is disrupted, they open you and say, hey, what happened to the tumor? We'll go back to the charts again. Yeah, it was there, but it's not there. And it was here, but it's... You're looking at the x-ray, You're the same person. We just took this 2 minutes ago. What happened? Wasn't it to begin with? Right now, you can capture it because we know that spiritual technology can alter electromagnetic fields. We already know that. So that's not a leap of faith. But when you begin to hold, all right, a thinking pattern, all right, in a straight line, you refuse to open the door to that projection, it's disrupted. You look for it again and it's gone. You look for it again and it's gone. All right? So I want you to be aware of that. Psychic projections. Another sign of this, and I normally don't give signs of cross conditions. Let me tell you why I don't give signs of cross conditions. In my course class, I did. If you want to go back and look, I got like 21 signs of cross conditions. That's in my webinar. You can find that. This is the reason why I don't do that. It's because there's always somebody, even on Periscope, you will never find, this is probably the first time you'll find this, maybe the evil eye video, where I give like, a list of symptoms. People will have no problem whatsoever. I'm doing this for long enough to know this. No problem whatsoever. Watch your video. You follow what I'm telling you. Get paper and pen and write down everything you say. And then be in your inbox the next day. Doc, I got 10 of the 11 you wrote down. No. You want to skip over somebody else in the line for readings, what it is. You want to get me on the phone tomorrow. Speaking of that, while I'm on that tip, thank God, I'm blessed to be booked at least a week in advance, maybe 2 weeks in advance. So the odds of you getting a same-day consultation are very, very slim. All right. Normally you can plan for like, a day, 24 to 48 hours. Things will normally clear up. Also bear in mind this. Y'all, I don't live on the internet. It may look like that, but I don't, okay? I have a whole working life as a spiritualist in my community. Who knew me before Periscope, knew me before YouTube, knew me before any of y'all ever knew me. My local community did. So I have an obligation. I have a covenant with them. So they always get, preferential treatment. They always are first come, always. So if you get moved and you don't know why did Doc reschedule? A client may come knock on my door when it's your time for scheduling, all right? And I'll just reschedule you guys. So just to let you know that, So that's about psychic projections. How many of you did that little 10-minute rant make sense to you? Did it connect something for you? Did it, to use a new age, did it resonate with you? Come on, y'all talk back to me. Feedback. Tell me if I'm lying. I don't know what I'm talking about. Am I crazy? I lost my mind. Does it sound dumb? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me go eat my little piece of cookie here. while y'all type. Good. Somebody, you know, somebody like that. Had too many. I said too many. You listening to it, but the problem is with him. You don't want to listen. His ex-husband has an issue. Blame. I cursed him. Witch hunting. Because I've actually heard this before a long time ago, and it was an actual cap. Hey, Missouri. Out there in Missouri. Remember somebody asked you about Oklahoma? That's what they said. I was talking to one of my friends, and y'all know Hoodoo Moses. Hoodoo Moses is a friend of mine, and a call the other day, and he said he was planning. He got something going on in Oklahoma. He said, "Probably you ever been to Oklahoma?" Something like that. He said, "You know anything going on in Oklahoma?" I said, "Oklahoma." Is that a real place? He said, "Yeah, Oklahoma." I said, "Man, I'm not buying it." I said, "The jury's still out on if that's fake news or not." I'm joking. Any place I have not been, I would say it's fake news. That place doesn't exist. Paris is not real. I'm joking. I said Missouri doesn't exist. It's fake news. But we'll be glad to have you from Missouri. Hey Danielle. It's been a while since I've been on. Anybody, I ain't caught my own stuff live. I'm still falling. So I'm kind of trying to catch myself. Still falling. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about that. And for more details about how to psychically project, if that's what you want to do, check out my curse webinar to how to defend against. Oh, she's in Oklahoma. Yeah, right. We don't know that to be true. It's fake news. It's fake news. You're see, Oklahoma's on the flat earth. See, that's what I believe. We can't, we don't believe in Oklahoma over here. Virgos, Oklahoma's not welcome on my. I'm just poking fun. I banter a lot. I do a lot of bantering. So if you want to learn how to one way to psychically project, check out my curse webinar at cosmic.com/resources. You can find all of my webinars, all of my recorded public information and lessons and intensives there for purchase. She said Muskogee. Oh, we know that. We definitely know that don't exist. Now she's just making up stuff now. See, she's just putting words together. Now she's just playing games. See, she's playing games. So she was trying to say Tuskegee. She was trying to say, and she said Muskogee. See, we caught you. See that? We knew it. Trying to rip off Tennessee. Nah, I'm poking fun. Hopefully I'll be in Oklahoma soon. But if you want to know how to defend against psychic, if you want to know how to defend against psychic projections, definitely check out my protection webinar called GUARD, GUARD 2019. Did it with my apprentice, Master Dogon Krieger. I actually give a demonstration on how to deal with that. So another thing I want to do is, I got a little minutes left before they close up shop here, is, and I've been dealing with this a lot in my Wednesday night class with my team for the apprentice, with prophets. The scripture said they peep and they mutter. They peep and they mutter, and prophets can be used as a it can be used categorically for spiritual practitioners. We want to just have this kind of conversation. So we can talk about practitioners, psychics, seers, mediums, whatever, workers that peep and mutter. These are folks who let me give you a personal. Let me come personally. I don't put a lot of trust in seers and psychics who gossip. I think it's bad form. I think it's very, very bad form. If anybody, definitely not us. It should not be named among us, because we see when other people gossip, a lot of it is hearsay, the grapevine, a game of telephone. It's projections, it's assumptions, it's prejudice. It's got a lot of different. It's a gumbo of stuff. But if you're a divine, if you're a seer, if you're a psychic, odds are you have seen the thing as is. As is. And so when you talk about it to slander, for libel, for gossip, it has even the more of a sting, right? And such should not be named among us, right? And this is one of the reasons why our constituents in other professional fields don't view us with much respect, as far as let me rephrase it. they don't revere the profession. Okay, there may be one or two psychics. Yeah, I trust them. Yeah, I believe. But as a whole, all right, we're not revered. Like with any other industry, as a whole, we revere teachers as a profession. We respect lawyers as a profession, doctors a profession, judges we, as a profession as a whole, right? We revere these professions. When it comes to us, it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. So prophets that peep and mutter, when they use their tools, their gifts, whatever, to spy out on people for no better aim than for gossip. Than for gossip, right? Let's grow up. Let's grow up. That's one level. The other level, I'm gonna hit some stuff. I know. That's all right. I don't have my chocolate chip cookie now. You can't tell me nothing. When I was coming up in the school of the prophets, they called it fishing. And actually, that's not an actual term now for like identity theft or credit card fraud or whatever. But what they'll do, the old folk will say it like this, they bring a bone. They say a dog bring a bone to carry one. So the old timers used to say. Y'all know this old Southern saying, what I'm talking about. People will act like they know something and not actually know it, to see if you confirm it to be true. Then they feed that back to you as if they intuited that. Peeping and muttering. You're peeping and you're muttering. What did you say? What was that? Say again, I'm sorry. Right? They're muttering. They're not actually saying anything. Right? The scriptures inspire prophets to see and say, not peep and mutter. All right? See and say, don't peep and mutter. If you see a thing, you hear a thing, say it, open your mouth, right? Be bold about it, be direct about it. Need to be confrontational, do so, but be direct. Don't be, there's a time for being strategic, all right? Being strategic and being cunning and being subtle is very different than being underhanded, manipulative, deceptive, and just plain out messy, right? Let this not be named among us, right? This not be named among us. We can return our profession back to its former state, where kings and queens and people of status would seek us out as a whole, right? They would not just hire one of us, but they would hire teams of advisors, teams of seers, teams of mystics, right? To them. So be aware of that. If you know of a someone who's a reader or an emerging reader, let me say that they're an emerging reader, and you see they have a tendency to gossip or slander, whatever, admonish them to do otherwise. All right? Because what will happen is, what you'll find over time is their level of detail and accuracy will wane. You mark what I tell you. when they begin to train their spirits to be nitpicky and petty, they start getting petty information. So when it's time for life-altering, destiny deciding decisions to be made, they can get the petty stuff. They can get all the little, insignificant miscellaneous details right, but the actual core of the matter they're blind to, because they've trained their eye, their ear, their gift to hone in on certain insignificant things, so they can feel part of the party, I guess. All right, so I would say, we all just in good fun. Okay, we all talk about our clients. Let's just tell the truth. I'm talking about some of them now. Oh, I'm talking about another one in just a second. Now I think about it. But the pettiness and so on. With professions, there is a such thing as client confidentiality. Right? Think of it. People are not going to trust you. I mean, just think about it. You don't do that. I don't do that. We go to certain blogs. We know they're scandalous. We go to them for that. We go to them for a good laugh. We go to them for, ooh, child. We go to them for all that kind of stuff. But we're not going to submit our information there. We're not going to email them. Because we know what the kind of things they do. All right? So in the same way, if you are, you have a reputation as a gossip, as a slanderer, whatever the case may be, then, that's going to determine that the quality of ears, the quality audience you're going to have, right? So, beware of the peeping and the muttering. See and say, don't peep and mutter, right? So here's my last rant, and I'm out of here. Whew. Let me speak for me, and I'll tell you what my mentor said. If we divine on something, and the spirits say, okay, this kind of work needs to be done to remedy this, whether I do it, you do it, whatever the case may be. For me, in my practice, in my ministry, you've got 21 days to fulfill that, right? Whether it is you need to get a payment in, whether it is you need to go and do this bath, whatever the case may be, whether I'm doing it, you're doing it, somebody else is doing it, whatever, there's a 21-day window, all right, for the effect to still have momentum, all right? I was taught now my mentor says 30 days. He gives you 30 days. After 21 days, if it has not been done, we need to come back to the drawing board and divine again. All right, and say, okay, now under these new current conditions, hey Tracy, what is the prescribed plan of action to be done? All right, so if we do a consultation, I say, okay, you need to, I had a client, and she was, there was some psychic microaggressions going on, evil eye, basically. All right, it had picked up a little bit, but it was not devastating her life at the time. And I said to her, hey, get the backfire medicine, and I'm gonna show you how to work it. So I told her what she needed to do, and she got it. It's an advanced technique. I'm not gonna share it here. So she said, okay. Well, and it was concerning her home. One of the things she began to notice was things began to break in her house, right? She'd be dropping the iron, the TV stopped working. Things would just break. They would break and they would stop working in her home. She started noticing cracks in the foundation. It's like all of a sudden, all of the house repair stuff started coming to the surface. They needed plumbing to be done. They needed, this was leaking, whatever. So I said, hey, do the backfire work. So, she said, okay, no problem. Talked a good game. Did not get it. Now, granted, I understand people trying to sell you products. I'm not that kind of person. But I told her, you need to get this because I know what I put in it. This is what you need. This is how you're gonna. This is how you need to work it. So that week goes by, she doesn't get it. Next week goes by, she didn't get it. At that point, I forget it. I'm on other clients. I didn't told her what to do, whatever. I'm moving on. So almost to the day, 3 weeks later, she gets information that her house may be going into foreclosure. She's like, this kind of came out of nowhere. She's out of the, first of all, out of nowhere, finance doesn't normally work like that. But it's possible. But I'm just saying, owning a house myself with the banks and stuff, you know, you don't just all of a sudden get a foreclosure notice on the door. You know, there's been notice from the bank, whatever. But the fact that this was kind of, you know, bam, looking you in your face, you know, there was some information you need to deal with. And so I said, so then, you know, at that point, she called me she actually has my personal number. She called me in a frenzy. I think it was like 4 o'clock. Yeah, because she had just gotten home from work. Saw it in the mail. I was like, Doc, what is going on? Da, 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 da. And I said, well, what happened? I said, so I went back, remember who she was, went back through her, so we're talking on the phone, going back through my notes, you know, right? And I said, okay, so what happened with the, you did the ritual I told you to do? Well, I didn't do it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do it. I was going to get to it, and you know, I left the window up to purchase this or whatever, and it didn't come through, whatever. Okay, so now here we are. So now the work that we need to do is going to be very, very different than what may have prevented this. All right. Another situation. This happens often too, where you will say, okay, hey, do this, get that, you got about 3 weeks to get it done, and they won't do it at all, and then 3 weeks later or a month later, bam, it all hits the fan, and now everybody's running around like chicken with their head cut off, trying to pull on you to, you know, sew up right then, right there, and make it better, doc. You know, make it better, root work or whatever, work some magic. It's like, wait a minute, we could have prevented this 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, right? The old timers would say that a ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So if you get those intuitions, if you get a reading or whatever that says, hey, go ahead and do that spiritual bath. I know you don't feel like it. I know it's late in the evening, but go ahead and do that. Or, you know, go ahead and, you know, make sure that your spirits are taken care of or whatever. I know you don't want, but just in case, there's a reason why you're getting that nudging, right? Because spirit is seeing ahead of you what you can't see is coming up the road, right? How you can avert that, right? It is written that a wise man or a prudent man, I think the scripture says the prudent, King James says the prudent man, he foresees evil and he hides himself. The fool goes on and they are destroyed, right? So be prudent, do what you need to do to avert misfortune, to hide from calamity, etc. Again, you know, life is life. We can't avoid everything, all right? But that which can be avoided should be avoided, right? And yeah, so I don't want to drop those things on you. I got a lot of projects in the works now. I just can't talk about them, and I'm like bursting out my seat when I talk about them. But well, no, I can talk about this. I can talk about this. Okay, so I'm on my way out of here because they better close up. I have a new venture going on. So, as I said before, kind of taking a break from the webinars. All right. I'm not saying I'm done with them for this year. I'll probably put another one out. If you don't see it in August, it may happen in October at the latest. but you only get about 1 or 2 more left in the year. It's a lot for y'all to carry. If you have not gone and checked them out, you know, I advise you to do so, because they're going up in price, because I'm adding more into them. But on the 4th of August, which is a Sunday, at about 7 o'clock Eastern Standard, y'all aren't the first, y'all like the third to know, because my guests knew, my team knew, now you guys know. On the 4th of August, at about 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be having a new show, all right? A new show called the Conjure Side Chats. Remember the fireside chats with FDR? And do the Conjure Side Chats. And I'm going to have guests on from ins and outs of the Conjure field and the tradition. We're going to dialogue. We're going to, you know, cuss and fuss a little bit. We're going to rant and rave. We're also going to take your questions live on the air. We're going to chat with you guys there. And we're also going to do readings as well. So it'll be a 2-hour show from about 7 to 9. Now, here is the thing. The show itself is free to listen to. I'll stream it here on my YouTube channel. Not a problem. But if you want to be read live on the air, or if you want to chat with us directly, then you need to get a premium access ticket. As of right now, they're only $5 per week. So that's, yeah, what, $20 a month, right? So I'll put a link down below, since I didn't plan on mentioning it, since I see I can. I'll put a link down below in the video, and we'll start advertising it next week. What is going to happen is you guys can be on YouTube, but we will not be monitoring that chat. So if y'all want to, you can. We will know till the end of the show. If you want to be in the chat with us live, you need to get your premium ticket. If you want to ask your questions live, the same thing. If you want to come on and you know, call in and ask us face to face, well, ear to ear, really. Or if you want to get a reading, then we can do that on the air as well. So that's what I want to leave with you guys. A gem. Yeah, I'll leave you guys conjure you can do. A little love work, very simple love work. You got somebody, you want to kind of quote unquote tie them down, as it were. This is, let me tell you how I did it, and then I'll tell you how you can adapt it. I learned, you know, a couple, they get together, they get married, they get engaged, they get married, they buy their first house, right? Or they move in somewhere, apartment, whatever. And you know, when you move in, you gotta set up furniture, you gotta put the bed up. Normally that's a couple thing, you know, you put the bed up together. Well, what you do is you get a hair from your partner and one of your hairs, all right, and you tie them together. Okay. Now, as you're putting the bed up, and the bed has screws and bolts or whatever, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of thread your hairs along the thread of that screw. So when you screw it in, all right, you lock them down, right, to the bed. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be a new bed. That's the way I learned it. You know, you can be your old bed. It can be your old bed. Get one of theirs, get one of your hairs tied together. All right. You know, ooh, not love work. Well, let me tell you something about love work. If you know how to do good love work, like really good love work, you can make money fall in love with you too. That one's for free. I ain't gonna teach you how to do that one. That's something different. Okay. But yeah, you know, you can take those two hairs. It's very simple. I mean, listen. I feel like today's hoodoo all come with the packaging. You know, some people say some assembly required, it says some candles required. I feel like that's like, people feel like they don't have 7-day candles, they can do conjure no more. I don't know where this comes from. but that's how people feel, you know. I think that's so funny. People selling you conjure, and it's like some candles required, some powders required, you know, some glitter required, that kind of thing. But yeah, so oh, hey, hit me up. I know I got it. I know I got it. You know, we got the regular strength, that double strength, that extra strength. Forget, man. If I'm sending out a get, where's Abdul on? Abdul, man, I got you, bro. I got you. All right. This week, all of my amulets are being sent out. That's the other reason why I hadn't come on here live, because I know I ain't got no orders out. You know. See, I'm shy like that. If I ain't got your order, I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm gonna avoid you. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, so y'all check those things out. There you go. See, that was just for you then. Can we ask for a gem? That was just for you. Just for you. All right, well, y'all, we were just at an hour. Wonderful. Let me get out of here. I will check you guys later. If you've not joined, you're the one. You're the one. Please contact me. You're the one. I've got yours. I'm trying to find your invoice, print out your shipping label, and I could not find your invoice. Please contact me, because I have a sea of messages, and I said, Lord, I'm searching, like, where is this lady? So this was divine timing, because I need to get you your stuff. Well, that's enough. That's what I was gonna say. All right, y'all. I hold you all in the light of God. That never fails. God bless you all forever.